don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices. Who are you worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers, no more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. They fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
Everybody comes in your grandmother.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in style Asian of Above It All. This is episode 1320 for the day of September 5th, 2021. And doing a show. So tomorrow is, again, we're going back to the 10 a.m. There will be a time in the future where weekends are 10 a.m. as well. That will be a time in the future, but that is not today or next week or the week after. It might be in a couple months or a year. I don't know. But, right now my schedule revolves around the things that I need to do. So, and that includes That's what it includes. So, remember Sunday Run Day? I do. Once upon a time, I used to participate in a program called Sunday Run Day, and that is no longer with us. But that program, you don't even know, Jeffrey, because you're a fucking new kid on the block. You don't even know. Sunday Run Day I've been doing for fucking years. Like, probably, like, for 6 years ago was when I first started that. So, and it's gone through some longer hiatuses than this, let me tell you. I wonder if Max is part German Shepherd? Probably. Max! 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 Look at the dog! Look at the dog! Look at the... You got your paws up, you got your paws up. Everybody's got their paws up. Look at him. Sunday Run Day was the first gaming stream I watched. Do you remember which Sunday Run Day? Like, what games was I playing? Max the dog. Oh. Yep, I've got a dog, folks. Look at this. Look, there's a whole ass dog here. Like, he's just staring at me. Look at that. Look. Hi. Boop. 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 Ow. You chewed my nose. You chewed my nose. You chewed my nose. Why'd you do it? Look at the dog. I'm gonna cry. Oh, right in the organs. Right in the organs. Oh, and there he goes. Now he's flipping around. Look at him. This dog is like, I no longer need this human for my own comfort. All right. So let me crack open a cold one, folks. That's right. The tall LaCroix seltzer. We have been bought out, folks, by Big Seltzer. They've moved on. They've learned that there are better advertisers out there for them. So we got the tall LaCroix, folks. Whew. What flavor? This is Piña Fraiche. Pineapple strawberry. Pretty good. You're still in goddamn Texas? Goddamn. I'd hate to be in goddamn Texas. Especially as soon as they fucking just... What are they doing in Texas, right? Like, what is going on in Texas right now? Texas is like the literal Wild West, except like it's not a good thing. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a good thing, but... I did not see anything about Crystal Ball. Reminder, folks, I must remind you that Crystal Ball follows me on Twitter, unless that changed recently. She has not, like, responded to a single one of my tweets. She has not interacted with me in any capacity. That being said, she does follow me on Twitter, so... And she only follows, like, 5,000 people, so I don't know what's going on, Crystal, if you're listening... I don't know, are you in there? Are you in there? I don't know, it doesn't look like you're in there, but hit me up, come on the show. Should I send the DM? Should I just go like, hey, I know you followed me for like the last 7 months. You want to come on my show? Even better, I'll go on their show. Should I start that up? Scoping you out, should I try? Should I shoot the shot? See what happens. What could possibly go wrong? How's the Good Faith podcast going, Jeffrey? One of the stars from the Unreal Tournament 99 gaming community, Evil Darkwatch, died from corona. He was only 55. That sucks, man. Like, that's the thing, is like, literally every single, like, niche group, everything ever, someone's died from coronavirus. Like, there's gonna be someone from, like, Like, I don't know, like, next thing you're going to know is, like, Eddie Vedder is going to die from coronavirus, there's just going to be all these random motherfuckers that just, like, fall to the virus, and it's all for no reason. Like, there's been so many famous actors and musicians, and not even, like, anti-vaxxers, like, we were even talking about, like, from before the vaccine, that, like, they just died, like, they would, like, do drugs for 40, 50 years, that's fine, they're good, and then a virus kill, like, I would be pissed off if I was, like, a recovering heroin addict or something, and then a fucking virus killed me because Donald Trump was president. Like, that would piss me off. Like, I'm personally, like, Abner, watch my video from yesterday. I melted down on the inside. For sure. Yeah, we're all dead. We're all gonna die, folks. So let's fucking get high on coffee. Let me just tell you, folks, I got so much bullshit that I'm going through right now. One of these days, I'll talk about it, but there's so much goddamn bullshit that's going on. Never get high off your own supply. See, I think that is the worst possible advice. I exclusively get high. Because, like, I mean, I don't, like, Anyway, folks, let's get in and on and all around. We've got a goddamn show today. Above it all, 1320, folks. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Yesterday was day 137 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City and the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. Max, stop it. Max, stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop. No. He's chewing on his tail. Over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st, 2021. For those of you that don't know, Elizabeth City is a small, rural city. It's got about 20, maybe more, 20,000 people, maybe more since the last census. Let me actually look up, like, because I know the recent census is being finalized. Okay, as of 2019, it's 17,000, so not that many people, folks. Not that many people. Yeah, Elizabeth City, not that many people, folks. Pasquotank County, not that many people. And so we've been doing daily demonstrations since April 21st, 2021, outside of the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department. They, for whatever reason, decided to go into a school zone, shoot into random people's houses, including a neighbor's house, in a school zone at 8:30 a.m. In a school zone, may I remind you? It was in a school zone on the same road as a school, in a neighborhood with children. They decided to shoot assault rifles just willy-nilly throughout the neighborhood. For weeks, people were finding bullet casings all across the neighborhood. It was ridiculous. And so that happened on April 21st, 2021, and we've been doing demonstrations daily ever since. And so we've been out here for 137 days. There's a little rock someone put on the Confederate statue. We've been out here for 137 days, and today will be day 138. And we are out here saying that we do not believe that it should be possible for anyone, let alone a police officer. It should be less possible. Like, think about this. The police are controlled by the state, the government. They're executioners by the government. Every single police killing is a state execution, an illegal state execution, every single one of them, because their due process rights were violated. I don't care if they're a terrorist with a bomb strapped to their chest. Right now, you can make the argument that there's a greater good, potentially, right? But someone fleeing, being shot in the back of the head, there is no greater good there. For drugs, something that shouldn't even be illegal in the first place, something that should only shouldn't even be criminalized, and the criminalization of drugs really gigantically disproportionately affects the black community. Right? Let's be real about this, right? If I work for, let me change up my analogy a little bit. Let's say I work for Subway, and someone comes in, right, and I'm like, man, I don't like this guy's fucking hairstyle. I don't like this guy's eye color, whatever. And I decide I'm going to put razor blades in their hoagie. That's right, I say hoagie. So I put razor blades in their hoagie, and then they take a large, and then, right? And then, after that, I take out a gun and I shoot them in the face, and then they're dead, right? Would I get a raise after that? Would my manager walk in and say, damn, good stuff, woo, and then give me a raise? No! I would go to fucking prison. Probably for a very long fucking time. But when you're a cop, you get paid vacation, you get a raise, and you get in the paper and everyone gives you thumbs up. Fucking yeah, hell yeah, you killed another black man. Good job, officer. That's what happens when you're a cop. If you're a cop, you are issued a gun by the United States government. The United States government killed Andrew Brown Jr. That's what, it's one thing if some random crazy person at Subway shoots you in the face. That's one random thing. It's a random act of violence. But when the United States of America's government assassinates a citizen over something that shouldn't even be criminalized in the first place, that should be worse. That is much worse than a random act of violence. It is authorized and approved by the government. It's disgusting. It's grotesque what is going on. And in my opinion, if you work for the government and you have a gun, which I don't think cops should have guns in the first place, but that's a whole different thing. If you work for the government and you have a gun and you use that gun to kill people, I think you should be held to a higher account than if I worked at Subway and I shot someone in the head. That's my opinion. If I go to jail for 20 years for my Subway murder spree, you should go to jail for 40 years. You're a cop. You signed on to this job. You took a gun from the government and you used that gun to murder someone. People's father, someone's child, someone's brother. And that is unacceptable. So, that's what I have to say. Anyway, how's Litecoin doing? Folks, Litecoin, what can I say? What needs to be said? Now again, I am not a professional. I am not a finance person. That being said, Litecoin, folks, 224. Halle motherfucking Luya. Halle motherfucking Luya. That's right, folks. I fancy myself a little bit of a crypto trader. A lot better than a crypto fascist, that's for sure. We need more positive things. Yeah, I like one of my goals. I talked to Catherine yesterday. Catherine is alive but not well. Catherine's going through some shit, but she sleeps in on the weekends. But anyway, one of the goals, one of like my mission statements for Above It All is I want to inject positivity into the world in the morning. It's one of the reasons why I do a show in the morning. I want people to watch my show and to have a good rest of their day because of watching my show. And so I realized that the last couple of shows that I've done have been very negative, very doomer-ish, and not the good kind of doomer, like the one that goes like, I'm a gamer, right? Like, not that kind of doomer. But, you know, it's something that, you know, I really, really, really do want to have a positive impact. And if, like, you know, I'm not going to say I'm only going to do, like, like, toxic positivity. That being said, I hope that at least when I'm negative, when I am a doomer, that at least you find it funny. At least you find it enjoyable in a funny way. Because I try to be funny. I try to make every situation I can be humorous and be enjoyable in some maybe, you know, deeply dark kind of way. So I'm just, you know, yeah, I like the news, the world, the state of the world is really, really bad. Like, this is probably like the worst everything has ever been, ever. Like, at least in like modern history. Like, this is really, really bad what we're going through right now. And I don't want to be one of those people that like tries to pretend it's not real, because that's not, you know, that's not, like, I want to live in the real world, right? And so, but I gotta be honest, like, I'm always going to try to make things funny. I was on some mutual aid streams for Hurricane Ida relief, and we raised a combined over $6,000. That's awesome. That's super cool. If you want to do like a quick interview about that tomorrow, maybe, if you're like, you know, we could do that. But yeah, I mean, like, I always want to provide some form of humor when the news is good, when the news is bad. So I hope that I've been able to accomplish that in some capacity. I really do. Because that's, again, it's something I strive to do. That's one of my goals with this show. It's one of my goals. So goal number one, I want people to be better off because they interact with me than before they interacted with me. And I want that to be every interaction. You know what I mean? Like, I want, like, you wake up in the morning, you're like, like, your bones are creaky, you're thinking you had a dream about how you're old and you're gonna die soon. I want you to watch my show and then go like, whoa, and then I want you to have a good rest of your day. You know, like, that's just my goal. So but again, I don't want to be toxic to, like, you know, I don't want to engage in toxic positivity. I really don't, so. Anyway. Let's read. Not fit for the job. Jim Jordan joins GOP calls for Biden to resign over Afghanistan. I have a lot to say about this, but let me get through the part that I want to read first. Representative Jim Jordan, they spelled his name wrong, but whatever, has joined Republican calls for President Joe Biden to resign over his administration's withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan after Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell ended rumors of impeachment proceedings. What happened in Afghanistan was wrong, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I just want to say I am joining with the Republicans in calling for Joe Biden to resign. That being said, it's not over Afghanistan. I want Joe Biden to resign because he is not doing fuck all to contain the coronavirus. I want him to resign because he allowed the eviction moratorium to expire and did nothing. I want him to resign because he allowed the fucking Texas abortion thing to happen. Why didn't he do anything about it? Why isn't Congress acting on it? Congress can make a law. He can sign a law tomorrow, today, yesterday, that would make Roe v. Wade federal law. They're refusing to do so. I want him to resign because of that. I want him to resign because he forced schools open. I want him to resign because there hasn't been a stimulus in fucking since March. Since March, folks. We're the deepest we've ever been in this pandemic, and we haven't had a stimulus since March. I think Joe Biden should resign because he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking moron. And I think Kamala Harris should become president, and then she should fucking sign some executive order that mandates that, like, you know, like it's National Women Are Epic Day on whatever day she's becomes president. Then I think she should resign. And then Nancy Pelosi should become president. And then I think she should, you know, I don't know, like do National Italian Women Appreciation Day on whatever day she becomes president. And then she should resign. And I want every single one of these motherfuckers to resign because they're all garbage. Why hasn't the filibuster been ended? The Republicans are fucking, again, like Jim Jordan here, are fucking doing these anti-fucking voter laws. They're trying to restrict voting in all the states across the country. Even some northern states like Pennsylvania, they're really doing a good job up there. Right? So, what the fuck is going on? Joe Biden is doing nothing. Joe Biden is useless garbage. He's trash. Right? Now, Afghanistan is one of the good things he's done. But it doesn't affect me. Now, as much as I am happy that the United States is ending a fucking decades-long war that they could have spent the trillions of dollars improving our infrastructure so Hurricane Ida didn't kill so many people, I'm happy that they're at least getting out of Afghanistan. It's creating a shit show, but I mean, they shouldn't have been there in the first place, right? And they shouldn't have been interfering in the 70s, in the 80s, etc., and so on, right? Joe Biden is garbage. He is a terrible president. At this point, I would even argue, in a lot of ways, he's worse than Obama. He's garbage, folks. He's begging corporations to institute employer vaccine mandates. You're the most powerful motherfucker in human history, Joe Biden. And you're begging corporations? Oh, please do a vaccine mandate, please. Ooh. Meanwhile, schools are open. Where's the national lockdown? Joe Biden is handling this pandemic right now, in a lot of ways, worse than Trump did. Because Joe Biden is pretending like we already won. What's the last thing Joe Biden has said on the pandemic? Tell me. Does anyone know? I don't know. Has he talked about it at all? I know he talked about an August jobs report. Oh, the jobs, folks. Oh, the jobs. Ho-ho! Who gives a fuck about the jobs? Oh, the jobs report. What? So yeah, I think Biden should resign. I'll back that up. Cloud. The idea that the President of the United States is afraid of two stupid dumb fuck senators, I'm sorry. Like, I don't accept that. I don't accept. Like, the idea that Cinnamon and Manchin are the ultimate evil, that's kabuki theater. That's fake. That's all, like, acting in front of the television screen. They all agree is the problem. Right? So if Joe Biden were to go out there and say, yo, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Manchin, cinema, like, what the hell is going on here, right? And he would go every single day hammering them on live television. These people are fucking crazy. I don't, like, I'm like disgusted to even have them call themselves Democrats. I think we should get rid of them from the Democratic Party. If that's what Joe Biden would do, and then Joe Manchin and Sinema still didn't do anything, I'd still think it's theater, but at least Joe Biden's doing something about it. But right now, millions of people are suffering Our kids are dying, getting infected with a fucking lifelong illness, and they're all doing nothing. They're pretending like it's not happening. And it's grotesque, in my opinion. It's grotesque. It's fucking grotesque. Let them flip. Let them flip. If they flipped to GOP and then the GOP technically controlled the Senate, good. Because that's a better fundraising opportunity for 2022. Look, Democrats flipped to the GOP. And then let's say they revote to make, all right, do it. Make Mitch McConnell Senate Majority Leader again. I dare you, motherfucker. I fucking dare you. College football. Don't even get me. Watch my show from yesterday. Oh, God. Hurricane Larry, folks. Jesus. I'm just scrolling through Google News right now. All right, folks. 15 Miami-Dade public school staff members die of COVID in just 10 days. Folks, I ask you this question again. Why are schools open? Is this 1839? What the fuck? States' rights? Why the hell is a governor allowed to murder teachers? Where's Joe Biden? Did Joe Biden take a really long nap? Where is Joe Biden? Last time I heard, federal law overrides state law. So where the fuck is Joe Biden? Does anyone know? Is he gone? Is Joe Biden just a cardboard cutout now? Like, is the real Joe Biden in cryo sleep? What is happening here? How has Ron DeSantis and also Greg Abbott and some other governors, how are they able to do this when we have a federal government? Why doesn't Joe Biden step in and liberate fucking Florida, liberate Texas? Why are schools open when a disease that children cannot be vaccinated for yet is now more contagious? In March of 2020, when we shut the schools down, the disease of the coronavirus, the virus, was less contagious than it is now. So the difference for schools is that, so when we shut down, the virus was, let's say, 1.0 contagion. Now it's like fucking 8, I think. I think it's the thing, again, I'm not an expert here, but I'm pretty sure I heard people say it was 8 times as contagious. And we opened the schools. Where's Joe Biden? Why is the governor of Florida allowed to kill people? Literally, I ask you this. What is the real world difference between Ron DeSantis going out with a fucking old school revolver and shooting these teachers in the back of the head versus opening schools and allowing them to die? Allowing kids to die? What is the difference? Does anyone know what the difference is? What's the difference? I'm asking you. Ron DeSantis might as well go on live television with a fucking AK-47 and just gun them down. What the fuck is the difference? I'll tell you the difference. Gunning them down on national television would actually kill less people than what he's doing right now. If he just went out there with the 15 school teachers and gunned them down with an AK, less people would die because those school teachers wouldn't go home or go to school and infect thousands of other people. So, where the fuck is Joe Biden? Where the fuck is Joe Biden? Can't find him. He's nowhere to be found. Is this dumb motherfucker in the chat? Hate to tell you, Cuomo is the king. Is this stupid motherfucker literally under the assumption I like Andrew Cuomo? The one and only, you've been trolling my channel for months now. Haven't you seen my Cuomo videos? I fucking hate that scumbag. What is this like? The streamer must... Okay, so the streamer doesn't like demon rats. Or the streamer doesn't like Republicans. Therefore, they must love demon rats. Yeehaw! Woo! Woo! The streamer said they don't like Republican governors. Well, I'll just bring up Democratic governors. Wow! Look at me, I'm so smart. Yeehaw! Like, how dumb are you, bro? Like, what the fuck? What is your problem? Like, how dumb are you? Cloud, I don't know what this, like, weird... Like, you're doing, like, a very Glenn Greenwald, Sam Harris kind of bullshit. Who cares about kids dying? First of all, no kid should die. Second of all, I'm more concerned with the lifelong illness and trauma that we're instilling in children. The one and only, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Oh. Wow! Oh, Ron DeSantis is bad. You must like Andrew Cuomo. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know you're talking shit about Joe Biden, who's also a demon rat, but you must love Andrew Cuomo because you're an Antifa. Yeah, that's right. You're an Antifa. What the fuck are you talking about, Antifa teacher? No, I don't know. What the fuck? Now, first of all, if there is an Antifa teacher, amazing. I am in huge support. But, like, can you tell me what the fuck are you talking about? The Antifa teacher issue is exploding. Folks, it's exploding. Let me look this up. I'll look this up. I will Google Antifa teacher California. Oh my god. Alright, folks, this is real. Published 3 days ago. Alright, let's check this out. Pro-Antifa California IA teacher to be fired by school district after leaked video emerges. In Durham High School teacher Gabriel Gape appeared in a 10-minute Project Veritas video. Yo, alright, let's get it. A far-left California teacher with a hammer and sickle tattoo and an apparent affinity for Antifa and brutal communist dictators will be fired after bragging on video that he was working to radicalize his students further and further left, his employer announced Wednesday. In a letter, the Natamas Unified School District Superintendent Chris Evans wrote that Gabriel Gape, a social studies teacher, social studies. So it's not like it's math. How do you indoctrinate someone to be far left in math? Right? Social studies, yes. So what is far left? Okay. maybe the genocide of Native Americans was bad? Maybe. Is that far left? Like, because that's far left when it comes to the critical race theory clowns. Would be terminated after... Imagine doing anything because of Project Veritas. Found Antifa and Mao Zedong posters in his classroom and recorded him talking about the indoctrinating his students. I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries, he said in the recording. Okay. How about this? The American school system indoctrinates students all the time. You know what you have to do when you go to school? Get this. You gotta stand up, right? You gotta put your fucking arm in the air, and you gotta Heil to Hitler. Oh wait, no, sorry. That was Nazi Germany. You stand up, put your heart on your chest, and Heil Hitler. In the United States of America. Yeah, I'm talking about the Pledge of Allegiance. You're telling me the Pledge of Allegiance? A-okay. That's great. Talking about George Washington and the cherry tree? Amazing. Right? Talking about how Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves and just ignoring the fact that, you know, the prison industrial complex exists? Amazing. Schools, by default, are far, far right-wing mythology. It's about as accurate to history as astrology. If you believe, oh, well, I was born when the sun and the asteroid belt and then Neptune had, and then there was like an ice storm on Jupiter, and then there was like a gas cloud that puffed out of Mars, and then on Mercury was facing the sun in a certain direction. And then I was born, and then that caused my soul to... That's basically American history as taught in school. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. So, this is good. Antifa teacher, good. Default teaching, bad. That didn't go over well with district officials. As of today, the teacher was placed on paid leave because of his actions and choices in the classroom. After the Project Veritas video emerged, the district's internal investigation found Geip responsible for numerous violations of its code of conduct. Let's check this out. Our teachers must, without bias or favoring their own personal beliefs, share facts and information around differing perspectives. What does that mean, share facts and information? Geip also allegedly had a collection of stamps dedicated to communist dictators, including one of Joseph Stalin and an insensitive phrase which he had allegedly used to mark students' work as complete. Other stamps had images of Fidel Castro, Kim Jong-un. All right, Kim Jong-un, we're done here. We're done. All right, now, here's my thing. What is the difference in celebrating Ronald Reagan and Mao Zedong? What is the difference? Mao was a better leader than Ronald Reagan. Fidel Castro, better leader than Ronald Reagan. I know when I went to school, my teachers, when we got to the 80s, oh, it was glory days. Ronald Reagan. I remember I voted for Ronald Reagan. Goddamn was gone. And he freed the markets. And then goddamn. I'm sorry. But like again, I will take anyone shilling for quote unquote left-wing dictators. I don't believe it's possible for there to be a left-wing dictator. Right? I don't think it's possible. Because if you're a dictator, you cannot be left-wing. But I will take anyone shilling for Mao, Stalin, Castro, any day of the week over any American president ever. And I'm just going to be honest. Now, I think they're both cringe. I think shilling for a dictator is cringe. Stalin's dead, bro. The USSR stopped existing. Like, Mao's dead and China sucks dick now. Like, North Korea, are you serious? Like, Cuba is actually the least bad, right? And even then, just... I would rather they just, talk about the conquest of bread or some shit. You know, this is cringe. I'm going to be honest. It's cringe. But it's way less cringe than what they're teaching in schools right now. American mythology is what they're teaching. They're teaching that the founding fathers were glorious people. Oh, they were the gods among men when they wrote down the Constitution. The Constitution sucks. And we don't even follow the Constitution. Yeah, so they teach you about the Constitution, and they teach you about all your rights, and then you graduate school, if you make it that far, and then you realize, wait a second, where are my rights? Where are my rights? What happened? I thought I had a right to illegal search and seizure. I thought I had a right to freedom of speech. I learned that in school, and then you go out into the real world, and you just get shot in the fucking face by rubber bullets. So yeah, I am pro Antifa teacher, and I am anti whatever the fuck they teach in schools nowadays. Thank you for that one. Even though this guy's a dumb motherfucker, but you know, what are you gonna do? But again, like, at least that's it's a differing perspective. At least it is a perspective that isn't far-right mythology. And that's my point here. It is a perspective that isn't far-right mythology. That enough is a win for me. Left-wing dictator is an oxymoron. Absolutely. The Freedom from Religion Foundation sent a letter to Sheriff Wooten about the Through God We Serve on some cop cars. That's actually awesome. Can you send that to me in a DM on Twitter or an email? Our government has committed genocide many times. Yeah. Oh, Mao's responsible for killing 50 million people. I'm so smart. What about destroying an entire culture? Anyone? Yeah, how about residential schools, also known as concentration camps? Literally executing, destroying entire cultures, entire societies, and then teaching students that was good. You know what would have happened if the Nazis maybe didn't try to take over the world and just retained their little bubble? Or they did take over the world? You know what they would be teaching in schools in the 80s? The Great Cleanse. That's what they would be teaching when they fixed the planet and got rid of all the bad people. That's what they would be teaching. But guess what? That's what we're teaching in the United States of America. We are taught that the Native American genocide was cool. No big deal. Yeah, sure, we destroyed cultures, religions, entire societies of people, destroyed their landmarks. Look at Mount Rushmore. You know the person who chiseled out Mount Rushmore was a literal Nazi? They were a Nazi. The person who created Mount Rushmore was a Nazi. And the government made Mount Rushmore a thing to spite the native tribes. So they said, all right, we're going to destroy your sacred mountain, and we're going to hire a Nazi to do it. So anyone that thinks the United States of America is a good country, or that the United States of America teaches its children good history, I'm sorry. You're a fucking moron. You're a goddamn motherfucking moron. Candace Owens' video on slavery, you want to send it to me? Are you talking about Stone Mountain, Felix, or another one? Native Americans numbered 90 million when Columbus came over in 1492. By 1600, there were only 9 million left. No big deal. No big deal. Mao killed some landlords. Whoa! Crime of the fucking, I don't know, millennium. Crime of the millennium, folks. Destroying entire cultures, entire civilizations. Amazing. Another Twitter leftist is having Boog Boys on the show. I want to try to get these Boog Boys on my show. I invited Magnus Panvidya on my show. Didn't get a response. Why are they afraid to come on my show? Send me a link, though. I'll destroy their interview. Thank you, Atlantic. I don't know, man. These fucking pro-America fucking douchebags. Like, again, they're just some dumb motherfuckers. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get the hell out of here pretty soon. Y'all, we should start a campaign where you ask that Magnus guy to come on my show. Like on Twitter. Or I'll give you this guy's @ Ask this guy to come on my show. Tag me. Get this motherfucker on my show. Because I want to see how this guy reacts to going on an actual show that they're actually going to be interviewed by someone who knows, like, anything about anything? GMC will return soon. I'll let you know this. If there's ever a hurricane, I'm still going to do a show every day just because that makes it, that makes it way cooler. Imagine me, like, you know, like one of those reporters on my cell phone, right? I'm like, and it's getting pretty heavy here. And then, like, a fucking cow, like, flies right behind me. That'd be cool as hell. Show the video of the Proud Boy who shot himself in the leg. Send it to me. Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. Contact Dr. Heem. There's so many things I gotta do. I'm sorry, Choki. I've just been so busy lately. I'm doing a lot. But I will see y'all in approximately 24 hours. 24 hours, folks. That's right. Above it, motherfucking all will return.
Sam, if I could just get this sentence out, we can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out, and I never sexually assaulted anyone.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I don't wear a mask like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt.